Thank you for joining me today. I'm Erin Sinessa, and I'm here to talk to you about early childhood parenting skills. This education group will focus on the parents' ability to positively understand and raise their children. It is important for a parent to understand their young children and the way they behave, in order for the parents not to stress and be able to keep their cool. This program is designed for parents with younger kids ranging from ages 0 to 6 years old. Also, I think this program would be beneficial for the people who are also working with this age group, such as student teachers, licensed teachers, and daycare providers, and etc. This parenting skill group is based on the understanding that society molds the individual's behavior. Like other programs with a social learning or behavioral background, there is not a philosophical way of parenting. What we will put in its place is what characterizes the behavior to limit concerns for development evaluation of the method. The drive will come from the parents and their management skills. This program's purpose is to train parents to be an appropriate role model, or what is thought to be appropriate, parents who are positive, consistent, efficient, and nonviolent. Little eyes are watching and little ears are listening. Children look up to their parents a great deal. They are their superheroes per se, so what is done by their parents will be said or done by the child. Out of this program, parents will gain confidence within themselves and with their parenting skills. They will understand their child and how to communicate with them. Young children are constantly learning new information or tasks every day. Knowing how to help manage their behavior does not come naturally to every parent. Development of a child's traits go through different stages that tend to come with the age. A 1-year-old grows and changes very quickly. During this stage, a child will learn how to sit up on their own and may be able to walk, if not crawl. A 2-year-old, or the terrible two stage, their favorite word becomes no. At this stage, they are still easily distracted. Skipping to 5 years old, they are able to speak clearly. They start wanting to help their parents and gain self-control. It is important to remember that these are only a few traits that come with age, but children learn at their own pace. For this activity, we'll go over feelings. How are you feeling today? Talking about different feelings with children help to understand how they are feeling and will help the child be able to communicate on how they feel when asked. Positive communication enhances the development of a child with themselves and others. Communication involves both listening and speaking. When you are communicating with your child, it is important that you have their full attention because they cannot focus on more than one thing at a time. Either calling their name or putting a hand on their shoulder will help. Make sure that you make eye contact with your child so they do not feel belittled. When speaking with your child, use more positive directions than a negative. Example, telling the child what to do rather than not what to do. For today's activity, we'll play the game Telephone. Telephone is a classic game, and I'm sure we all have played it when we were younger. I will start by whispering a message into someone's ear, and then we will go around the circle. By the time it gets to the last person, chances are the message will be different. This helps to ensure that you are communicating clearly in a way that someone else is able to understand. Timeouts can be effective for toddlers. It is best to have an area that is designated in a time that matches their age. Due to their attention span, long timeouts won't be effective. Toddlers are unable to make a connection between their behavior and physical punishment, such as spanking, slapping, or hitting. These are a negative discipline technique. Children ages 3 to 5 can understand the connection between their actions and consequences, so it is important that family rules are made known. If your child has done something wrong, give them a warning and tell them what the rule and consequences are. And if it happens again, make sure to follow through with what you said. For the activity today, we're going to go over behavioral charts. These are a great way to involve your child in tracking their behavior throughout the day, week, or month. Give the child 3 chances to correct their behavior with a color system, starting each day with the color green, meaning acceptable behavior, next moving them to a yellow, or giving them a warning. If the behavior continues, the final stage is red. This is when discipline would be necessary to show consequences for misbehavior. Evaluation of this program will help to ensure and make minor adjustments to the material. I will want to make sure that the program is defined clearly. Keeping in mind some of the questions that may be asked will help to ensure that the topic gets covered in the next program session. A quick survey at the end of the program can benefit from everyone's perspective, unless some want to do an interview after the program. I understand that some people do not like to voice their opinion through a written survey. They do not have to participate in the survey, but it is highly appreciated. I think I made this project much more stressful than I should have. I was not fully clear on what was wanted, and it is hard to get an understanding just through an email. So I made it up on my own, hoping to get all the information that was being looked for. For me, as with any project, I think designing is the easiest part. It is the planning and retrieving information that stresses me out. I think if I were truly to have to lead a psychoeducational group, I would have a book that would be a guideline, like a reading material that the group would be based off of. Since I was making all this off the top of my head in online resources, it was much more of a challenge.